In 2024, a black family in Maryland had their home appraised for just over $500,000. But when they replaced their family photos with pictures of white relatives, the value jumped by nearly $300,000. This isn't 1964, this isn't Jim Crow, this is happening right now. They don't want you to know that redlining never truly ended, it simply evolved, with data to prove it. Stick around, because in the next 5 minutes, we'll show you how a policy from the 1930s still steals wealth from black communities today, and how you can fight back. Let's rewind to the 1930s. The Great Depression had devastated America, and the government wanted to stabilize the housing market. So in 1933, they created the Homeowners Loan Corporation, or HOLC. Sounds harmless, right? But here's what they did. They started mapping cities, marking areas with predominantly black or immigrant populations in red. Banks were then instructed not to loan money or insure mortgages in those high-risk red zones. This practice became known as redlining. What that meant was simple. If you were black, your neighborhood was denied access to home loans, you couldn't buy, you couldn't build wealth, you couldn't move up. White families, on the other hand, received low-interest loans, subsidized by the government, creating the suburbs we see today. This wasn't accidental, it was systemic, and it was legal. Even when redlining was banned by the 1968 Fair Housing Act, the damage had already been done. Fast forward to today, they say redlining is history, but 2024 data says otherwise. Let's break it down. According to a study from Brookings Institution, homes in black neighborhoods are devalued by an average of $48,000, even when accounting for education, crime, and income. The 2024 lending report from the Urban Institute shows that black borrowers are 80% more likely to be denied a mortgage, even with the same income and credit score as white applicants. And a report by the Appraisal Foundation found that in cities like Indianapolis, St. Louis, and Jacksonville, appraisers routinely undervalue black-owned homes, sometimes by as much as 40%. Still think this is ancient history? Let's go back to the family from the intro. They removed photos of their black children, replaced Afrocentric art, had a white friend pose as the homeowner. The result? A nearly $300,000 increase in appraised value. Same house, different race. That's not coincidence, that's racism. And don't forget the long-term impact. Lower appraisals mean lower equity, which means less wealth passed down, which means your kids can't afford to live where they grew up, which means black families stay locked out of opportunity. So, what now? Do we just accept that the system is rigged? Hell no. Here's how you can fight back and why they don't want you to know this part. File a discrimination complaint. If you believe your home was undervalued because of race, you can file a complaint with the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. They'll investigate. And yes, people have won. Support black-owned appraisal companies. Only 4% of appraisers in the US are black. We need more diversity in the industry to challenge biased standards. Use equity-building programs. Some cities, like Baltimore, Atlanta, and Detroit, offer grants to black homebuyers and special refinancing tools for families in historically redlined zones. Use them. Share them. Call out biased practices. Talk to your local government. Demand that real estate agents and appraisers are trained in anti-bias protocols. Push for community land trusts to keep homes affordable and in black hands. And don't stop there. The more we expose this issue, the harder it becomes for them to hide it. That's why we're making videos like this. Redlining wasn't just a chapter in a history book, it's a policy with a pulse, a system that adapted. But now we're adapting too. And the more you know, the more powerful we become. So here's your next move. Subscribe to this channel, because next week, we're diving into how financial institutions still profit off segregation, and more importantly, how to hit them where it hurts. Until then, don't just survive the system, expose it, break it, rebuild it.